Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be giving a first-time reaction to 3 different artists today. I hope you'll forgive me because I'm going to have to read this off of my little note sheet right here just to make sure that I have everything all right. But we're first going to start out with Wishing Well by Sananda Maitreya. Then we're going to check out Oh My by Barber. And lastly, end the reaction off with Somewhere Down the Crazy River by Robbie Robertson. I've actually never heard of any of those 3 artists before, so it is going to be a very fresh reaction for you all today. I hope you do enjoy it. But before diving into it, we have to thank Frank the Thoughtful for making this donation request today. As always, Frank, it is much appreciated, and thank you for sharing so much new music with me. I swear to God, every time I see one of your requests, it is something new that I've literally never heard of before, so it is much appreciated. And Frank dedicates this to the 3 New Zealand au pairs up in Yellowknife, who I hope are having a great life. We did have fun. Sounds like a great time. Anyways, let's jump into it.
Kissing like a bandit, stealing time underneath the sycamore tree. Cupid by the ocean, Valentine's to my sweet lover and me. Slowly but surely, your appetite is more than
Kind of like funky with a bit of soul. It's like flirtatious with a hint of mysticism.
Wishing well, a butterfly tea. Wish me love, wishing well, to kiss and tell. Wishing well, a crocodile cheese.
Yeah, it's like funky but with a sensual edge. I don't know how to describe it, because it's not very heavy. It's rather sparse, but there is that unique air about it.
Hugging like a monkey see, monkey do, right beside a riverboat dam. Right till my years float through my head. Say I wanna be.
I like when he flips into the head voice.
But quickly, the blood races through my veins. Quickly, loudly, I wanna hear those sugar bells ring. Wish me love, wishing well, to kiss and tell. Wishing well, a butterfly tea. Wish me love, wishing well, to kiss and tell. Wishing well, a crocodile cheese. Get up!
I like how playful it is. Not too complicated musically, just keeps you right in that relaxing, hypnotic lull, I suppose.
Wish me love, wishing well, to kiss and tell. Wishing well, a butterfly tears.
This like idea of the wishing well, like for me, it's like even without knowing what he's necessarily wishing for, which in this case it seems to be love, you can still feel the pull of what he's hoping for, what his own self-proclaimed fate, at least what he wants it to be.
Wishing well, a butterfly tears. Come on, and wish me love, wishing well, to kiss and tell. Wishing well, a crocodile cheese.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. It's like a super relaxed funk, you know?
Come on, come on, right, I can just float through my head. midnight round the baby.
It's like a super super chill version of Michael Jackson.
Anywhere, I don't know, I don't care, but all I know is
Bum bum bum, ba-dum bum, ba-dum bum bum bum. Yeah. It's super relaxing, and I'm trying to understand like what genre this is, because it feels like if it were heavier or more bassy or more just obviously funky, then it would be clearly funk. But there's something so soft about it. Any of like the crude, harsher, more brutal edges you may find in your crazy funk tracks, like think of Prince, for example, where you have so much craziness in those arrangements. This feels very, very relaxed, almost like a soul funk. Maybe that's the genre that I'm looking for. But wow, I mean, what can I say? This idea of desire, emotional power, attraction, these are all things that connect us in ways that I think transcend logic and transcend what on paper is right for us. Because oftentimes you can think of, relationships they serve many purposes, but sometimes relationships are used not for love, but for some kind of, let's say, financial purpose or some stability in life rather than the purpose of love. And the thing is, the idea of the wishing well is that you are wishing for the love itself, because that is the ultimate end. And something for me, like on this channel, I preach peace, love, positivity. Seeking love and finding it within yourself and being able to share it with others, that should be, in my opinion, the glue that holds relationships together, the attractive measure that initially brings you in, but also keeps you there as love evolves through its various stages in the confines of a relationship. So it always feels a little bit, I guess, impersonal or cold to me when people don't necessarily wish for love when entering a relationship. And if they speak about relationships more from a materialistic perspective or more self-centered, it just rubs me a little bit the wrong way. Maybe a lot of bit the wrong way. But that was my first foray into the world of Sananda Maitreya. Now let's jump into the next track from Jill Barber, Oh My My.
Oh my my, oh my my, oh my my, oh my my. I went to the doctor, knocked at his door, and he said, girl, what can I do you for? And I said, doctor,
This loop in my left headphone,
the man I love is done
very like vintage
my
style.
heart. And he checked my pulse,
Ooh,
fever too.
maybe a bit of like
He said,
retro
"There's
soul.
nothing I can do. You are lovesick, and there ain't no cure. I fear the devil's knocking at your door, and he sent me home."
Wow, and now the male's vocal layers on the right, so it's like this
The rest my head.
confluence of voices everywhere.
All I want.
I gotta go back. There's so many little melodic elements to keep track of as well. It feels kind of jazz poppy as well. A hint of smoke in there.
There ain't no cure.
Definitely soulful.
Fear the devil's knocking at your door, and he sent me home and straight to bed, and he gave me pain.
And like this glockenspiel now.
But it won't do. All I
Ooh,
want,
the harmonies are
all I
changing.
need is, darling, you. I said, please don't let me go. I said, please don't let me
And you
go.
hear the walking bass here.
I said, please don't let me go. I said, please don't let me go.
Oh, I like this melody a
You
lot.
wouldn't have it. Oh, that
This drips with charm,
took my love, but you couldn't
like something
get
from a
back.
lost era, but it
You let me go.
still feels very fresh, at least to my ears.
You broke my heart in every way. You left me crying. You left me blue.
Oh, wow.
Left me by
She's trying to call him, but he's getting busy with this woman.
me crying. You left me blue. You left me biting over you. And I said, please don't let me go.
I like how Jill's voice, it's like this nice combination of sweet and a bit like this old school crackle in there as well. I don't know if the term crooner applies here. I've heard that term kind of used in like retro sounding songs. But there's like a certain finesse, a certain sheen, a certain glamour to her voice that is very endearing. But also there's that like crackle, that slight smoky, slight raspy feeling. She's not really diving into that side as much as the former, but I hear it in there. It's kind of subtle, I guess.
You left me blue. You left me biting over you. And I said, please don't let me go. 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 And the doctor said, while you dig a grave,
Oh, wow.
this poor heart might be too weak to
The subtle
save.
bass line, now the
I said,
saxes,
doctor, I'm not ready to die.
it totally works.
I said, doctor, won't you say you'll try? I said, please don't let me go. I said, please don't let me go. I said, please don't let me go. I said, please don't let me go.
Wow, that's so nice. Oh, she knows now. Heartbroken.
And he said your heart will never be the same.
So now she needs a remedy
He said you may
for the broken heart.
never love again. And I said, doctor, the love I had to start, I gave it to the man who done and broke my heart.
Also, it somehow reminds me a little bit of, oh God, what is her name? I think she's more of a modern singer, Melanie Martinez. Just a little bit. I'm also enjoying the fact that this is a rather like seductive vocal delivery, but it simultaneously feels very self-aware. I'm also realizing that I love describing things in like contradictory kind of ways where one part of it seems intuitive and the other feels like it may not necessarily relate here, but there is that wink in the delivery, right? There is that seduction, but it's also a sort of like obvious seduction in the face of what's happening. It's like everybody is in the know of the situation right now. It's just a matter of how do we contend with it going forward? How do we remedy that broken heart?
I gave it to the man who done and broke my heart. He broke my heart. He broke my heart. He broke my heart. He broke my heart. Broke my heart. Broke my heart. Broke my heart. Oh my my. Oh my my. Oh my my. Oh my my. Oh my my.
ghost of the relationship just looking down. Oh, and then the classic Finn. I like how this song, it feels just like black and white to me. Not in like the polarizing sense, but literally like if you thought of older film, everything has that grayscale overcast visually. I kind of have that same feeling, but auditorily, which is interesting. I also just love the fact that this is like filled with a lot of this style of, I don't know, vintage romance combined with wit, combined with that seductive wink, you know? Something about this is, to me, like simultaneously old and fresh, and I'm thinking the fresh part just comes from me not really listening to many songs of this genre. We've done a handful on the channel at this point, but still, in the grand scheme of things, when I think of like my discography or of my own musical listening library, not a lot of it is like jazz and jazz pop. But I like this song. I love the vocal layering. I think that is like a standout element of what makes this specific song stand out in my mind. At any given moment, there's like 5 different Jills in my left headphone, or 5 different, I don't know the gentleman's name there, but his voice in my right headphone. And there's what I was almost expecting to be a call and response, but more so we would hear them all in unison together, while in the forefront is still Jill's voice. And interestingly too, I was thinking a little bit more about her voice, and it's rather like soothing, rather calming. And she doesn't like lean into that chest voice very much. She's not trying to belt or get loud, and there was really no moment in this track where she did so. I assume she probably could, but you can also tell that in this style of song, she's showing a lot of restraint in order to convey the emotion that she wants to in this track. So it just has me more curious as to what her other songs sound like. But that was Oh My My by Jill Barber. Let's jump into the last track of the day. This one is by Robbie Robertson. I see a guitar. Oh, cool. Cool. Bass guitar, the drumming. We're starting very atmospheric here.
Yeah, I can see it now. The distant red neon shivered in the heat.
His voice.
I was feeling like a stranger in a strange land.
Oh, Iron Maiden?
People play games with the night. God, it was too hot to sleep. I followed the sound of a jukebox coming from up the levee. Wow.
This is a lot like, I guess, spoken word, and it loosely reminds me of Buck 65. If you guys don't know Buck 65, I've done a handful of reactions to him in concert with the Symphony Nova Scotia. I kind of have thought of his style as being symphonic R&B, and a lot of his own like vocal performances take this form of spoken word against a beautiful symphonic backdrop, mixed in with a lot of like record scratches. To me, even in these first 54 seconds, it feels like if you like Robbie Robertson, you'd probably also enjoy Buck 65.
I followed the sound of a jukebox coming from up the levee. All of a sudden, I could hear somebody whistling from right behind me.
I like the storytelling.
I turned around and she said, "Why do you always end up down at Nick's Cafe?" I said, I don't know. The wind just kind of pushed me this way. She said, hang the rich.
Catch the blue train, places never been before. Look for me somewhere down the crazy river. Somewhere down the crazy river. Ooh, catch the blue train all the way to Kokomo. You can find me somewhere down the crazy river. Somewhere down the crazy river.
The call and response, the response voice sounds
Take a
so
picture of
different
this.
than the lead here.
The fields are empty. Abandoned 59 Chevy. Laying in the back seat listening to Little Willie John.
This is like so entirely cinematic. This makes me want to go watch like a summer flick or something.
Chevy. Laying in the back seat listening to Little Willie John.
Willie John.
Yeah, it's when time stood still. You know, I think I'm gonna go down to Madam X and let her read my mind. She said that voodoo
He's trying to seduce me right now. This is so immersive.
stuff don't do nothing for me.
I'm a man with clear destination. I'm a man with a broad imagination. You fog the mind, you stir the soul. I can't find no control.
Add that emotion. Yeah. What a textured production, by the way. This atmosphere is thick. You can feel the heat. You can feel the river, the sweat.
Look for me somewhere down the crazy river. Somewhere down the crazy river. Catch
I see. I love I love his voice a lot, and then when we get this gentleman's voice right after, it feels a little bit comical. That call and response, it sort of reminds me, this is a very specific clip, but I saw it in I was like an American Idol audition, and it was a duo, it was a pair. The lead singer of the two, you know, he was doing his riffing, whatever he was singing, and then his friend would just say, "Hey man, come on man," like doing the kind of Jamaican ad-libs after the fact. And it was the most hysterical thing ever. And eventually the judges had to stop the performing because they were laughing so much because of the follow-up singer. To me, the singer here kind of reminds me a little bit of that American Idol clip. Because his voice is phenomenal.
somewhere down the crazy river.
And then you follow it up with this just tiny ad-lib. It's a little comical to me.
Wait, did you hear that? Oh, this is sure stirring up some ghosts for me. She said there's one thing you gotta learn, is not to be afraid of it.
Okay.
I said, no, I like it. I like it, it's good. She said, you like it now, but you'll learn to love it later.
Ooh. Dude, the seduction. Bro has got Riz. We've had making out in all three of the videos today. You know, uniquely, all three of these songs, or I guess not uniquely, but all three of these songs were extremely extremely atmospheric. I feel like I made that comment for all three of these tracks. There is something thick in this air that is romantic, seductive, real. There is a warmth to it. There is sweat in it. There's a smokiness about it. I feel like all of those descriptors work roughly for each of these tracks today, especially with this last one here with Robbie Robertson putting on that extremely seductive spoken word voice. It is literally like we're a third party observer to the candlelight dinner that he's having with this young lady that, where one thing led to another, and we are where we are. I like that in his style specifically, it feels like half whisper and half confessional, if that makes sense. Definitely it is a very deeply personal thing, and when you are in the process of seduction, that is literally your soul trying to, reach out and connect with another soul, and you have to do so from a very personal place. Otherwise, it's impersonal, there's no connection, and, the romance isn't actually present anymore. And man, now I'm just like trying to think which of these three songs were my favorites, and I think honestly I give the nod first to Jill Barber, Oh My My. Something about her vocals, the melody in that track just does it for me in a way that I want to I want to hear more from her and investigate more of that kind of jazz pop world. Then in second place, I would probably give then to Robbie Robertson, Somewhere Down the Crazy River, because I do like the seductive elements of these songs. They're very relaxing. You can just almost like put them on before going to bed. Like, for me, I have this like light behind me. If I turn on my red light there, you put on the red light, listen to this song. I think it works remarkably well. And then I guess in third place, we would give it to Sananda Maitreya. Also, really pleasant song to listen to, but I think in terms of melody and dynamics, there was not as much going on as in these in these later two tracks that we heard. And I think melodically too, both of these tracks from Jill and from Robbie were more interesting, but those are just my perspectives. Either way, I'd definitely be down to do more reactions to any of these three artists today. I love discovering new music, like I said, so it's always a pleasure over here. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did and would like to make a request yourself, please click the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.